Good morning and welcome back for another bright and early start on a Tuesday morning. And today we are going down to Newport and then we've got somewhere else afterwards which is near Trowbridge. I'll update that later on when I actually know the address. And that second place we're making delivery to, Milksham, that's the place. But unfortunately it's a wet and miserable Tuesday morning. And for our drive down this morning we are carrying bricks. And not only bricks, we've also got quite a few pallets of whey powder. Definitely safe to say it's going to need strapping down. Once we connect up to the trailer, after the initial walk around checks of checking the tyres, etc., we're just doing the electrics to make sure everything all works. With a light check. And we have light, so thanks Chris. Before we forget, bread plate. Let's get them down as well. And now time for the fun part, the ratchet straps. I've been waiting to use these for probably about a year and a half or so. So picked them up, I found them on the floor when I was loading up somewhere, just through to one side. So, picked them up, just in case we ever get bricks, put them on top. And it keeps the straps nice and safe. One of the problems you got, these bricks need to be tight as they possibly can with the ratchet strap. Just tighten it extra tight. And then these ones, you can't over tighten them because of the bags of powder will pop. But you want them tight enough still, but not damage the product. For us to get to Newport, it's 175 miles away and we're looking at 4 hours driving time to get there. ETA is roughly 10 o'clock. We need to get some fuel, so I'm going to say about 20 past 10 with traffic included as well. I'm not going straight down the M5 because I can't remember which bridge is closed. Actually, what I'll do, I'll weigh it up. When I get to around Tewkesbury, if it's nice and clear, then I might just carry on straight down the M5, jump onto the bridge and go straight across instead of slowing down all these little A roads down here. And again, it just depends on the weather. If the weather's really bad, I'll just go straight down and then jump across the bridge. I know one of them's got a weight limit at the moment. I can't remember if it's the M48 or the Prince of Wales Bridge. So we'll cross that bridge, literally, when we get there. Come on, mate, move over. He's not even seen that, has he? No, it is moving, it's very slowly. This is the current conditions we're driving in. Got a vehicle breakdown in the first lane, but it's still moving very slowly, about 35, 40 miles per hour. No street lights, dark, wet and miserable. Unfortunately. I didn't think that van was going to move over. I didn't know if he was possibly distracted or anything. It didn't look like they were slowing down either. Coming up to the first junction of Stoke for junction, that's 16 is it? Yep, 16. 142 miles still to go. We've got fuel already, so I don't need to stop now, all the way there. And so it begins. We've literally just got past Hilton Park services. So that means the traffic is backed up approximately 6 to 7 miles. Great. Not exactly what we need. No point stressing out of our control. The time is currently 7:45, so there's no big surprise really, is there? We got stuck in a little bit of traffic. A little bit of a later start today. Currently got 106 miles left to go before we're at our clients. ETA might be near 11 o'clock by the time we get there. realistically with all the traffic. To be fair, once we get past this section and onto the M5, it is normally fairly free-flowing the rest of the way. Can get some spots on the M5 where it is a little bit hit and miss for traffic. But overall, it shouldn't be too bad. So that was everybody's weekend. I hope you all had a good one. And you may have well noticed as well, I was off yesterday. That's why there's no vlog. So I had a fantastic weekend. It was really nice. Watching a firework display. I'll put that up. Actually, do you know what? I'll show you the firework display over at Plaza. If you've never been to Plaza Holiday Park over at Wrexham, really worth a visit. And the fireworks that they do around the weekend of bonfire night, it's fantastic. Really big fire, really great firework display. And yeah, so here's some footage for it. That's what you call a bonfire. Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
So nice.
I'd say they put on a good display.
Really good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Baby gloves. Wow. Oh my goodness.
I've got to say, it's one of the best displays I've seen in a long time. I love them big ones.
Me too, that's what I fit now. Woo!
As we're saying, overall, great weekend. Really enjoyed it. Nice little getaway. Didn't do any vlogging, just put my feet up. Try not to mess about with the phone too much. And just relax, spend time with the family. So it was a little lodge that we stayed at, as you've seen in the video. And the reason we actually used the lodge instead of taking our caravan, it was so our wedding anniversary coming up at the end of the month, so I thought we'd get away whilst they're doing the firework display. So I don't mind spending that little bit more extra money with it being our first wedding anniversary, and we've booked it all ready to go back next year. That's how good it was. Now, as I was saying, everything was all going really well until Saturday evening. The filling came out. So then Sunday, my face started getting some pain near my nose area, a little bit of inflamed, and around the gum line. So I started with a little bit of an abscess I was getting really bad pain, couldn't sleep, so I didn't feel it was too safe to come into work on Monday with not too much sleep, and then I needed to try and get some antibiotics down me from a dentist. So I had to take Monday off as sick pay, unfortunately. I'll say sick pay, unpaid leave. One of the downsides of truck driving, don't really get the sick pay. But now I've got some antibiotics down me. Feels a lot better. Got an appointment on Thursday, so hopefully get temporary filling sorted. And then we'll have to try and get another appointment booked in the future to get everything all done more of a long term. I hate going to the dentist, I really do. Never had much fun with them since I was a kid. At least the traffic is moving slightly. Little bit of stop start around this junction, but I think after this junction might pick up a little bit more again. And then when we actually reach the Wolverhampton junction in a couple of miles, I think it'll come back to a standstill again. Get it past there, onto the M5, fingers crossed, free flowing the rest of the way. Travelling westbound down the M50 currently. Going to be staying on here for another 15 miles. And then we're going to be following the A road south down towards Newport, South Wales. It's a little bit of a nicer drive this way, and I think it's the M48 I'm seeing on the matrix sign is the bridge with the new weight limit. So we can't go over that in a HGV. But we will be going over the M40 bridge a little bit later on. I think it's the M40, isn't it? Again, we'll check that later on. It's either the M4 or the M40. I think it might be the M40. We've got a total of 52 miles to go before our client, and we're due to get there time-wise in an hour and 10 minutes. And I've got 1 hour and 30 minutes driving time, so we've got enough driving time to get there before I need to take a break. Before we move on to our second job over at, I think it was Milksham, we need to take a break then. And I'm going to say it's going to be about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours drive from job 1 to job 2 for our delivery points. So with that being said, I reckon we'll be there for about 2 o'clock all in all. Empty off and then start making our way back up north. It's going to be a night out tonight. We won't have enough driving time to do the whole run. And it just depends if we've got anything backload as well planned to make a collection on the way back for where we're going to be stopping over tonight. If there's no rush to get back, then I'll probably take the break and finish for the day a little bit earlier. But if I need to try and get back up north as much as I can, then I'll just crack on and see where we get to. Hopefully past Birmingham. And then tomorrow could be anywhere, quite literally. We've drove straight down to the end of the M50 and now joined onto the A40 following that southbound. What was that then? I don't know if it was the big bug or a leaf. Something just flew past the window, or might have been a small bird, possibly. Yeah, as I was saying before getting interrupted by whatever object that was. 35 miles left to go. ETA is currently saying 10:30. I've had a total of 30 minutes worth of delays, just getting past Birmingham area. After that, nice and clear all the way down, no issues. Weather's a little bit hit and miss today. Got the overcast, a little bit dark in patches, nothing too drastic. And the rain's been on and off, to be fair. got any questions about HGV driving or the vlogs, let me know down below in comments. I'll try my best to answer as much as I can. It certainly is a nicer drive going this way instead of going down the M5 and then cutting across the bridge. Got Bluestone not too far away from us, to the right. It's been a while since I've been South Wales. I've got to say about 10 months, give or take. We used to have a regular client that came down all the way to Newport, Cardiff, and around the area. Spent the night on Barry Beach. That was a nice little place. Went for a walk all the way down the coast. Managed to get to Barry, which is famous for obviously Gavin and Stacey, if you're a fan of them. Right, okay, speed limit down to 50 miles per hour. Which is good because the truck started to slow itself down to about 48 miles per hour due to the steep hill. Pencraig. Hope I pronounced that right. Been looking at ideas as well for some merch. Maybe when I get 10,000, I might start trying to invest into the channel for merch wise, if anybody wants some. I'm approximately 30 subscribers away from 10,000. I can't believe it. I really can't. So if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. And for everybody that has subscribed so far and everybody that does watch, I really do appreciate it. So thank you very much for all the support, sticking around. I didn't think I'll get to 500 subscribers, never mind 10,000. And it's, you know what, it's the start of the journey, isn't it? So thank you very much, I really do appreciate it. Everybody that comes in, watches these vlogs and enjoys them. All the kind messages I've had over the years, again, thank you. I've had a lot of people messaging me privately or comment section saying they've been inspired to start doing their class 1 and class 2 licenses. So I'm glad I could be helping people at the same time, giving you a nice little opener into the world of truck driving. Some of the places we get to visit. As a job and a career, I love it, I really do. Long hours though. That's the biggest downside, long hours. And when you do pass first time, it's really difficult to try and get that first job. But don't give up, you just got to keep on trying, just take anything. Even if you're a class 1 driver and you can only get class 2 work, take it. It still counts towards your experience, believe it or not. And the biggest advice I can give anybody that's just passed, visit local businesses, hand in your CV, speak to people who are working, like say, locally to you. And then when you're handing your CV in, speak to the transport manager, you get a little bit of a feel for the company then. Say, right, is this a company that I actually want to work for? You know what I mean? Some places might look nice on paper, you turn up and, you know, they're not exactly the best maintained vehicles or yard, etc. So at least when you're handing your CV and you get a good look at it, then you think, do you know what, I might actually pass these on. Or even so, take it, get your experience, and then move on. But once you've got 2 years experience, the world's your oyster, my friends. You can then pick and choose. But in the meantime, you just kind of got to take what's available. On a nice dry day, it's a beautiful drive down this little part of the world. Wales as a country though, absolutely love it. Same for Scotland. I always say to the guys in the office, if anything comes up for Wales or Scotland, let me have it. I'll snatch it straight away. Doesn't matter if it's 2 nights away. I was hoping the roadworks would be cleared by now. Last time I came in here, like say 10 months ago, might be a little bit longer. Well, the roadworks were just starting. I'd just seen a sign saying it's ongoing until winter 26. They're doing a lot of work around this area. But it's a lovely drive, so if I can forgive them. Slowing us down a little bit so we can take it all in, especially for all the autumn colours right now with the trees just climbing up the side of the hill. Looks at the road workers, or the workmen, up on the top bit. It looks like they're trying to secure the hill a little bit to prevent any avalanches. So I remember driving on the top part when they first started the roadworks, and there was a couple of lanes what were closed due to having a bit of a cliff slide, or whatever you want to call it. Quite a bit of rubble in the road, so one of the lanes closed from that. So I suspect that's what they're doing. And there we have it. Welcome to Wales. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that in Welsh. And I like the fact that Wales actually keep their language. It's good. I feel like they need to do that. Keep the heritage. We can up and back up now. Back to 56. One thing I've got to say about the Welsh language though, do the words really need to be so long? It's like an example, have you seen the spelling for services in Welsh? Services in English is about 8 letters. Services in Welsh is about 35. A little bit of exaggeration, obviously. Got a nice little shot there to the left. Mountains off in the background. Nice little river flowing through it all. Right then, we've come to the end of the A road. Now we're jumping onto the M4, following that westbound. I think for about 2 junctions. Not all that long. And then we go jumping back onto another A road, following that northbound. We've got a big Welsh dragon on the right hand side. Hopefully the camera might just be able to pick it up. It's just by the ICC Wales building. It does look really cool. The Welsh dragon. I absolutely love the Welsh flag. I mean, we've just got a boring Red Cross, haven't we? They've got a dragon. Oh, 2.5 miles according to the sat nav. We're going to be exiting the M4. Exiting the M4 for Newport again. So we've got through Newport, came off, getting back on to go back to Newport. And we're following the 4042. Aphrodite, get your power up. I always forget that roundabout, you can actually stay in that second, not the first lane. You don't have to move across. Thank you very much for the vid, man. Slowing down for me. Three miles to go now. Approximately 5 minutes to go before we arrive. Double checking the straps, make sure they're still nice and tight after our first 4 hours of the drive. So it's good to keep on top of these. Job number 2 is 58 miles away and we're due to get there in about an hour and a half drive, and it's jumping straight down to the M4, following it across the bridge, past Bristol and then down near Trowbridge. Normally we come off that little grey one just there for Trowbridge. So staying on a little bit and then coming down this little bit for our delivery client. And here we have it, the Prince of Wales Bridge. Joining the M4 from England to Wales. It's a pretty big bridge, I think it's around 1.3 miles in length. I could be wrong about that, but I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. It's approximately that distance. Sure is a big one though. And on a clear day, you can see 4 miles. Right, we've got some signs flashing up ahead. I think they might be saying 50 miles per hour. Might be due to the high winds picking up. On Workforcing Road. Currently got loaded up with 7 tons of bricks to be delivered. 10 ton lighter than what it was when we pulled up. I wouldn't like to be coming across this bridge with an empty trailer, especially if it's a double deck, that is for sure. And after our break, we're looking at about 1:45 ETA. We've not had anything come through yet for a collection, so I might give the office a phone call when I'm near the client. It's not a nice place to break down. Army transport on the right hand side. Looks to be a armoured people carrier. I've seen quite a few down here today, little convoys. A couple of tanks earlier on. Nice little view out the office window. And we're not too far from the Trowbridge junction right now. 26 miles left to go. Just get there within the hour. And the rain's giving it a good attempt again to come down. Unfortunately, that time of year, isn't it? It all starts getting dark and miserable. We need to try and keep ourselves positive as we can. Let's jump down the roads. I've had quite a few people suggest in the past, in the comments, when going to Trowbridge, come off at this junction instead, as it's a little bit better to get access to than the one before that I normally take. But this is the first time driving down this bit, so I wonder how it's going to get on. What are the roads like down this way? As we depart the M4, and we're going to be following it for the A350 towards Chippenham. Got Buckley Barracks around the corner as well, so that could explain some of the military vehicles we've seen earlier on. Taking a while with these lights. Sat here twiddling my thumbs. I must have just missed the light turn when I came up. Ah, there we have it. Ah, Chippenham, you can use both lanes. Just try and get ourselves over. Oh, I've got a service station there as well. Interesting to know. By the looks of it, might be a truck service. And also another military base, Linham. $13 miles to go. Lots of roadworks around this area. Luckily it's not affected us. 9.5 miles left to go. So far this way is actually not too bad. Nice big humping roads. Now it's kind of got me thinking, do I need to come from the other direction because it's on the other side of Trowbridge, just on the outskirts? And I think there might be one or two low bridges getting access to there, so I think that might be the best route to go. Due to weight limits, etc. Got me thinking though, really has. Saves going up and down in big hills, that's for sure. But with a heavy trailer. You know that beeping noise just then. I'm keeping over a little bit to the left, you see, to give plenty of space for the other side. Still following down the A350. Not suitable for HGVs. You're not kidding. Looks fairly tight down that road. That's a big McDonald's, isn't it? Double the size of your standard McDonald's. Eight miles to go. Just entering a place called Beanacre. It's the first time I've been to here. Little dad joke. Still travelling down the A350. Got 4 miles left to go. It's got a nice little feel to it around here. We're traveling 24 miles per hour. Might seem like I'm traveling 55 with it being a wide angle lens. Three miles to go, guys. 3 miles to go. We're nearly there. It's currently coming up to 1:45. Been a nice little drive today, hasn't it? straight down the M5, down the M50, I think it is, top of my head. I can't remember where I've been today. Down the 556 all the way into Newport, from Newport, down the M4 to here, down the A350, and here we are, Milksham. And it's a huge grey site, so we should be able to find it relatively easily, he says. Ignore that beeping, by the way, it's the wife. Go into that bay where the car is. Not a lot of space here. You'd think for somewhere where there's a lot of trucks coming in and out, you'd have a little bit more space. Just be careful in case there's anybody behind us walking on the footpath. Don't get taken out by the headboard swing. Do that actually. A little bit closer. Not perfect, but it's getting taken off the headboard. It's just on the headboard, mate, so you got a bit more space.
Ah, with it? Ah, right, yeah.
That's the excuse anyway.
That's alright now.
Let's make sure the side buckles are all nice and tight, so that when the wind hits it, we won't flying all over the place. Forklift driver himself's not got a lot of space, but he's got the skills. And job's all a good one. 3:05. Oh, cheers, Steve. Nice quick unload. That's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Parking right there. Righty-o then, plan of action. I need to find somewhere to park up so then I can give the office a call. just to see if they got anything for me. Is he waiting there yet? Thank you very much. Just got off the phone to the office and we don't have anything for the backload. We put a couple of bids in, I don't think it's been successful. So it looks like we're going straight back towards Warrington really, as much as we can. Now for us to drive straight back to the yard from where we are now, it's 190 miles and we'll be getting there at 7:20. That is without traffic, by the way. With traffic getting past Birmingham, you're looking about 8 o'clock. Now we started at 5 o'clock this morning. Our 15 hours does run out at 8 o'clock tonight. So technically we could go for it. We could do it. But realistically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get past Birmingham and then go pull over for the night. Which services? Don't know. See how we get on. Might be Stafford, might be Kiel, or it might be before Birmingham. Just depends on the traffic to get back. Right, we've been 3:10, due to get back for say 7:30. It's about 4.5 hours. Well, we've got 3 hours driving time actually. I didn't think about that, yeah. With extended breaks on driving times, I've got 4 hours. Well, that's including another 45-minute break. So realistically, we won't get back anyway. God loves a trier though. Should be able to cover around 100 miles anyhow. And I'll wait up when I get towards Birmingham to see if it's actually worth trying to sit through traffic, get the other side of Birmingham. I'll just pull up beforehand. If it's too busy, I might just pull up prior. There's no point wasting an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to get past all the traffic when I can start nice and early tomorrow morning, for an example 4:30, 5 o'clock, then get past all Birmingham with no traffic whatsoever. Oh, I've got to say, it's quite nice graffiti down there. I've got food with me, so I might cook something up a little bit later on, even if we do stop in the services. And then I could probably claim the food voucher, maybe for the Costa coffee that we're going to be getting. Obviously the white hot chocolate with a shot of gingerbread. Not tried it before, you've got to give it a go. Shane can vouch for that. And trying to think, what could I do with either 4 or 5 quid? Maybe get something for Greg's tomorrow morning. Might pay for the coffee and bacon roll before we hit the road. Ah, not a bad idea actually. Sounds a plan. If you're wondering what I'm talking about food voucher wise, etc., when we pay for parking, that includes a £10, well, we pay like an extra £2 or something to get a £10 food voucher with the parking. Normally I'd use that for a KFC or a Burger King or something, but yeah, I'll try and watch the weight a little bit at the moment. Got a holiday next year in the summertime. Now the wife's gonna kill me as well because I keep saying it's Tenerife. It's not. I think it's Lanzarote. Honestly, I'm absolutely useless. Keep saying to her, where is it we're going to getting on holiday? So that for the 15th time, Darren, it's Lanzarote. I know I said Tenerife just then again. Stranger Things starts again soon. Looking forward to that one. Final season as well. Should be good. Previous ones have always been good. Right then, let's see if there's room at the inn. There's a couple of spaces over there, so I can come back worst case scenario. I'm gonna try and get the same place where I was last time, right underneath this light. I was quite tempted to go there actually. Not the space. Fairly busy though tonight. Ah, it's not a space. Okay, is there space? Yeah, we've got a tanker and a curtain cider. Perfect. Hopefully there's enough space there to get a turn in the morning. And that'll do us for tonight. Stopping over at Strensham Services for tonight, and I thought, well, I'll treat myself to that food voucher. And instead of getting a McDonald's or something, treat myself to a Leon. So I've got myself some cream mayo, wrap, chips, hot chocolate. Of course, got a hot chocolate, not white hot chocolate, but a normal one. And I've gone for, I think it's crunchy Korean chicken wrap. It's meant to have a little bit of a kick to it. But overall, it looks nice. It's a lot better than like your McDonald's or anything, isn't it? Like Burger King, a little bit more healthier too. So much tin foil. Why so much tin foil? Look at that. That looks good. Yeah, recommend that one. And for the rest of the evening, feet up, edit the vlog. Jobs are good and early night. And just like that, it's the morning. However, I made a bit of a boo-boo last night. And it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I should have been on the road 2 hours ago. But I can't officially start work for another 25 minutes. Yep, that's right. So last night when I parked up at 5:30, I was really hungry and in a rush to get into the services. So when I pushed the button to go into brake, I pushed it one too many times and knocked it back to upper work by mistake. So then I've got out the truck, walked to the services. Normally I double check it as well, but I didn't. Walked off to the services, done what I had done at the services, came back, sorted myself out for bed, got a phone call off Rob last night saying like, you do us a really big favour, I need you to do a night out tonight. So that's 2 nights out on the bounce. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than usual, and that is why. So we're going to be covering 3 days instead of 2 days on this vlog, so I hope you don't mind that. But the conversation was, can you get to Liverpool early as you can, around 7 o'clock ideally, and get a load up from Salisbury and then take it straight down to Salisbury for a delivery. I was like, yeah, it's no problems, I'll help you out, I'll sort it out. So then I came in, got everything ready last night about 8:30, getting ready to go to sleep. And then I thought, it's a bit stuffy in the cab, so I've gone to open the window. And then when I've turned the ignition, like, so I can get power for the window, the tacho's flashed. I thought, what's that? And it popped up saying you need a 9-hour rest warning. I was like, what is going on? So then I've checked it, and whilst I've been in the services and then pretty much went to bed, it was on other work still. So according to the tacho, I've done 15 hours and like 30 minutes of work time instead of it being on 3.5 hours break, which it should have been. Unfortunately, due to that little error by myself, I will be receiving an infringement. I've done a manual print off on the back. I've wrote like manual entry, break start 5:30, not 8:30. So I've been on break period for like 3 hours, not moving anywhere. So when I do get pulled over by Volsa and they check it for the previous 28 days, I've got myself covered with the printout, and I can say to them, look, I've not been working or anything, it's just been parked up. It's just like a little driver error on my behalf, unfortunately. I do apologise about the bad lighting in here as well. I've literally been awake for 15 minutes, so I'm going to hop off into the services, have a wash, do my teeth, feel a little bit more alive, and then hopefully it should be time for us to go. Before we hit the road, got to give the vehicle a nice little walk around, even though we've not disconnected it or anything, and it's all been connected overnight. It's making sure the pin's still connected okay, no damage to the side of the curtain. I might have picked up a nail whilst out on the road last night, you never know. So getting them vehicle checks done in the morning. Better late than never, they say. It's now 5:45 and we're now able to hit the road after the tacho is now registered 9-hour rest. Whoops. I still can't believe I've done that, but mistakes happen, don't they? I just need to make sure, double check it's actually put itself on brake. I've done that so many times where I've walked down the road and then I've had to run back thinking, did I put it on brake? And then it has been on brake. Or sometimes, in the odd occasion, it's not been on brake, so then you change it. Oh, it's nothing worse. Well, there's a lot worse things out there, isn't there, but... Rightio then, 120 miles to go until we are at Outin. Got to get loaded up, and then straight back on the road, down to Salisbury. We've got a busy day today, and with the 120 mile drive what we're doing now, we're due to get there for about 8:30. Realistically, it might be near 9 o'clock with traffic included around Lim and Wolverhampton Junction, as well as getting onto the M6 itself from the M5. You might not be able to see it, but you can definitely hear how miserable it is out there today. Wet and windy. 6:25 and we're 6 miles away from the M6 junction. A lot of sixes there actually. On the matrix signs, there were quite a lot of warnings coming up for surface water, and one of the lanes had been closed due to flooding. I'm not too sure if that's still the case. Well, it's currently stop-start. With any luck, it is just congestion, not a case of lane closure still. I think we're coming up to the cause of all this traffic. Got some lane closures ahead. It's not exactly what you want, is it? Rush hour, getting into Birmingham. Not too sure whether it's just the first lane that's got closure. Right, it might be both lanes. So we've got a truck here in lane 3. So I presume there might be more than one lane closure. Yep. 2 lanes are closed. I've still got a lot of people in lane 1. this is absolutely bedlam. I think it is just down to the rain. We've got red X's on lanes 1 and 2, and you can see the amount of people that are ignoring it. Must have been coming down really heavy overnight to cause it to be this bad. Pretty bad though, how many people are in lane 1 still? Guy in lane 2's just ignored it. It's just gone straight down. Now, come on everybody, stop having a look, just drive on. That's what's causing all this traffic. People stopping to watch. It doesn't seem to be too bad, to be honest. Looks like they got most of it all done. All the puddles are all cleared up at least. On a good note, because of all the traffic backed up at that part of the motorway, when we get onto the M6, technically there shouldn't be any traffic to get on. It should be nice and smooth flowing. So all the traffic is being held up behind. I can't get into lane 1 just yet. I was going to try and move over. I've got a car hovering right at the back of the trailer. Oh no! All I can see ahead is just a sea of brake lights right now. Damn it. And on the matrix signs, I think it did flash up saying lane closure. Not too sure if that was earlier on and this is the backed up traffic from that lane closure, but it's been removed now after matrix signs, so that's good. Got to look at the positives. I've got 58 miles left to go before our clients. Currently coming up to 7:15. So I've got an hour and 15, give or take, depending on traffic before we're there. Driving time on the tackle, I've got 3 hours and 10 minutes. Good, it does seem like it's moving a little bit. It does seem to be free flowing now. I'm not too sure whether it was a vehicle breakdown or was it due to road flooding again, a little bit like we're seeing at Birmingham earlier on, but it seems to have sorted itself out. Perfect. 56 cruise control still on. Right on time for 8:30. We're just on the roundabout over at Outin. Oh, it's all getting dug up around that section as well. Not too sure what they're doing there. But we're 800 yards now from the client, so we should be there in the next 2 or 3 minutes to get loaded up and straight down the motorway back down to Salisbury. The home from home. Make that delivery, and then I think I'm just going to be making my way back up north as much as we can. I don't know if we're going to have a backload planned for tomorrow morning maybe, or who knows. I'll give the office a phone call shortly. See what they got planned for me for the rest of the day after I make a delivery. I think realistically, so it's 8:30 now. I'll be leaving here for say 9:20, give or take, after making sure the loads are nice and secure. Round it off to 9:30, and then we're looking at a 5-hour drive from here to get there. So we might be getting there for around 3 o'clock. With traffic included. Make a delivery at 3 o'clock, leave there for 3:30. And then I think it's just going to be a case of finding somewhere to park up. Might have to drive, same an example, if it's over at Bristol, drive for an hour or two, or Tewkesbury. We've got options of Southampton. Quite literally could be anywhere if we do make a collection. If not, making our way back up north, and we might even stop over at the place where we started this morning. Can't think what it's called off the top of my head. My mind's gone completely blank. But yeah, that's that place. Might be staying there again tonight. It's not bad services, to be fair. Good car park. Nice and lit up. That's what you want, and secure as well. We've been given bay number 1. Now, it's a little bit tight to get in, so we need to be careful of the Home Bargains truck, which is there already on bay 2. We've got to come on in a little bit of a bad angle. And you got the high guard as well, because the fencing comes right up. It's a little bit of a ramp, you see, it goes down. So I need to make sure I stay close to that as possible. So I'm going to be swinging it out to come back in at a good angle, hopefully. There we go, swing it in. We've got pallets right down passenger side, so I need to be careful when I straighten up the cab. It doesn't catch onto the pallets. That's close up where the pallets are. And now we're just gentle guides into where we need to go. Job's good one. I love my gadgets, and if you're a regular on the channel, you know I like the gadgets. And I've had this little thing for some time, but I've not used it for ages because I've just not got around to actually buying the capsules that I need. And this is a portable espresso machine. So I've had it a while, dead easy to use. You just charge it up and you take it around with you. In this bottom section here, unscrew it, add these little capsules to it, screw it back on. And in the top section, it's up to you. You can either use hot water, so you can flush it straight through the system, or if you put cold water in it, and all you do is keep your finger down for it for a couple of seconds, and then it'll take about 90 seconds or so to warm it up, and then it will start coming out the bottom. As I've just boiled the kettle, I've put hot water in the top. I keep the finger on the button, and out the bottom comes out the coffee. How cool is that? And inside the cup is perfect creamer every time. Now, this is not a paid ad or anything. It's just a product that I enjoy to use. We've got off the bay for 10:30. Loaders all nice and secured. At the back, cross straps as well. 2 different straps on either side coming across, just to make it that more secure. These pallets on board, they're kitchen roll. You can lift the pallet up, they are that light, honestly. You move the pallets dead easy. So to prevent the pallets tipping over or moving backwards towards the door, unsafe for the loaders when they're taking it off later on, you cross strap them to keep them in position, nice and tucked in. And luckily, we've already messed it about this morning with my driver's hours, which is my own fault, to be fair. The booking time is 3 o'clock. We're due to get there for 3 o'clock. We've got 198 miles to go. And it's a long drive, really, isn't it? It's 10:30 now. So we're driving straight back down the M6 onto the M5. We started this morning work around there, that little section on the road, give or take. So we're driving right down through all the roadworks again, past Swindon, straight down towards Andover, and that is Salisbury, right there. Now in Marlborough. 22 miles left to go. Time is currently 2:25 approaching. We've made really good progress. Stopped once just to get some fuel. Only had half a tank, just under, when I got to Hilton Park, so snuck into there for 15 minutes, fueled up, straight back on the road. ETA is currently saying 3:10. I've got 1 hour left on driving time, and we're looking at about 50 minutes before we get there. How are we still 50 minutes away when it's only 22 miles? Crazy. Nice little view off in the distance. It's a nice little town, really. I like it. I like driving through it. Gets busy from time to time, but overall it's nice. Come on, buddy. Now, can I get past before the lights change? Yeah, just about. My word, the amount of mileage we've done so far, it's a fair bit. I mean, over the last 2 days. So we started yesterday, went down to Newport, and then we cut across to Milksham near Trowbridge. From there, we drove all the way up to Outin at Liverpool. And then from Outin, straight back on the motorway, all the way down to Salisbury. Now, I've checked the PDA when I was getting fuel. Why is this car stopping? So I checked the PDA when I was getting fuel, and the job's been cancelled for tomorrow. Are they trying to get out? No, has the lights. So what I need to do, as soon as I've dropped this trailer, picked up the empty, straight back on the road and heading straight back up north. And I'll probably go stay off at the same services that we did last night. Strensham, I think it was, off the top of my head. Again, I'll let you know when I get there, in case it's not named that. I think it is though. So I think this one might be classed as a mega vlog. I reckon it's going to be over 2 hours long. I do hope you don't mind that, by the way, guys. I know a lot of people say to me they don't like the longer vlogs, etc., because it is hard. It is hard to try and find time, especially when it's 2.5 hours. It's pretty much sitting down and watching something the length of Lord of the Rings, for an example. If you are enjoying it, hit that like button. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. Currently, as it stands, I'm nine subscribers away from 10,000. My word. So thank you to everybody that subscribes. I really, really do appreciate all the support. So thank you very much for everybody hits that subscribe button, everybody watches, everybody hits the likes, etc. Honestly, we live in a busy world at the moment, and if people can afford to take 40 to 50 minutes out of their day to watch one of these vlogs, you know, I appreciate it, so thank you. Poston Hill, got there on the left hand side. I think that'd be quite a nice place to take your caravan. Looks to be a lot of nice walks around this area. Okay, I'm just thinking to myself, if I get there at 3:10, leave around 4 o'clock, so I might stick it on break before leaving. But I'm going to have to stick it on break before leaving. I've just got enough time to get there by the looks of it. So I'll stick it on break. Cook some dinner. I'm going to have some meatballs today. Meatballs and bolognese sauce. Might stick some rice with it. See how we get on. Actually, yeah, why not? Actually, let's add the rice to the sauce and let the rice cook within the sauce. I think it'd be quite nice. That it'll add lots of flavour. And then it'd be a bit like a chili then, really, wouldn't it? But with meatballs instead of mincemeat. I don't have any pasta with me, that's why I'm using rice. Just in case you're wondering. It's like, Darren, why are you using rice and meatballs together instead of using pasta? Well, that's the reason. Go throw it out there as well. When it starts to snow, I would not be looking forward to doing this drive. I can imagine it being quite a treacherous little road to drive down. If it's really bad snow, I might go down the A34 and cut across instead. I don't know what the gritter situation's going to be like down these little villages. I might get missed. Especially at this section of the road. Okay. Yep, we're clear. Good. Kind of need one of them mirrors right where that car was coming around that corner, just so if anyone's coming across the bridge, have a little quick glance in the mirror, check it's all clear. I've actually lost count how many times we've driven down this road recently. That's at least once a week we come down, isn't it? Stay there, car. I don't mind it though, to be honest. It's a nice drive. Miles to go. Pardon me. 11 miles to go, that said. Oh, nice view out the office window. Nothing but open fields to the left. You got the sun trying its hardest to come through the clouds after the recent storm we've had over the last couple of days. Last night was awful. Truck kept rocking and everything. Really heavy rain coming down. "39 minutes on tacho for driving time. And I've got about 20 minutes before I have the client. Trenchard lines to the right. You can see quite a few tanks around this area. Normally on the back of a trailer, but there is a couple of signs up ahead for tanks crossing, believe it or not. Oh, there's one. entering Tidworth. If you've never been to Tidworth before, it's a huge military population around here. I'm gonna say it's probably one of the bigger camps as well. There's another army truck. I've been following one actually since the M4. And they've just took the right turn down towards one of the barracks. See it going off in the distance. Oh, we're nearly there, guys. 1 mile to go. And I always like this little hump on the road, on the 303. I feel like you're on top of the world. Just see for miles upon miles on either side. Really nice views on a clear day. And it's always a good sign that I'm nearly at the destination after a long drive. Let the engine brake kick in, slow us down. We're doing about 50. We're coming off at this next junction. Hey. Let's have it. Yeah, a long day. It's only 3 o'clock. I think I've drove about maybe 360 miles or something, give or take. Maybe a little bit more. I've got to drive like another 50 after this, and then park up for the night and drive the rest of it home tomorrow. Unfortunately for me, B87, which we're meant to be parking this trailer on, is a little bit preoccupied. And I think they got to put on every little bit of these little rackings. Big shout out to Steve there, one of the subscribers. What a small world it is. He actually works out of the depot we made a delivery to, which is 200 odd miles away from where we're based. So thanks very much, mate. I really do appreciate all the support. Have a good one. Whilst waiting for the FLT driver to finish loading up that truck right there, I've stuck it onto brake. I'm going to have a 45-minute break, or at least a 15-minute break. He said it's going to be at least half hour anyway, so it's probably going to be like 45 minutes realistically. So I've parked up to one side, has the lights on, by the yard. As soon as they're done, now I finish the break, see what's first, and then get onto the base. So let's get some dinner cooked in the meantime. Right, so I need you. I've actually switched out the double hob that I had, electric hob, and instead we're going for the single one. And also I need salt, garlic, oil. Ignore the shoes and the bedding. It's a little bit of a mess in this truck at the moment. Open you, and today we're having some meatballs. Again, just ignore all the mess currently. Right, it's a little bit of a mess in this truck. I do apologise in advance. Now, I'm using the fridge as a table. I've put the old towel underneath, just to any oil splashing over or anything whilst cooking. Oh, you don't want sauce on the bed, do you, or all over here, so keep that nice and clean, you see. Box to keep the airflow underneath, so I don't want this going underneath there, obstructing the airflow. So go get it nice and hot, like so. I've not got any veg with me today. Normally I would cook some veg first. I think I might have to use a bigger pan actually. Add some garlic, season well with salt. And of course, keep the windows down to keep a good airflow. In you go. Definitely coming along nicely. That'll soak up a lot of the juices as well. I think I just completely missed the pan. Luckily, I've got the sheet down. Now I'm just simmering it, just so it doesn't splash all over the place. But it's starting to come together. It's actually looking all right, that. And I've just tasted it, and it is absolutely lovely. And that would do me nicely. I don't know what it's looked like on the camera, but it's a little bit like a paella style dish, isn't it? It's really nice though. Pan is all nice and clean and ready to go back away. Just in time for the FLT and out of a truck driver to finish doing what they're doing. 16:20 now. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes waiting. Perfect time to get some tea on the go. Just gently guide it in. Let's have a walk down, make sure it's on baked properly, and put the paperwork in our little tray. Our collection for tomorrow is only around the corner, so it's not too bad. It's about an hour drive to get there, and it's a place called Milksham. That's the one. So follow the A303 all the way down this way onto the A34. Let's zoom out a little bit like so. Yep, A34, follow it up, and at Newport we just do a right and it's straight down that little road and it's just there. The trailer we're going to be connected up to, that black one, next to the one that's unburnt. Do the vehicle checks on the trailer, make sure it's all okay, no issues, and then away we go. Park up and wait for tomorrow's collection. It's back on, by the way. It didn't actually get cancelled. They moved it over to a different schedule. I've just checked on maps and the yard doesn't look too bad for the place that we're making the collection from tomorrow morning. However, when I checked the times that the business is open, it says 8:30. Now hopefully that's 8:30 to the public, and somebody's going to be on site a little bit earlier. So I'm going to try and give them, say 7:30 turn up for. Try my luck. Hopefully there's somewhere to park up if they're not until 8:30. But at least if we get there for about 7:30, maybe 7 o'clock. I might do 7 o'clock actually. Because it's only an hour drive from where I am now, so I can pull over in one of the laybys down the A34. I don't know what the A34 is like though. I don't know if it's safe or not for fuel theft, etc. So yeah, we'll see how we get on for tonight. But I'm gonna leave the back door open and hopefully a lay-by with a bit of light. be fair, actually, it's trying to find a lay-by that's going to have space. Never mind the light. It's 4:45 now. And these lay-bys start filling up by 4 o'clock. I think there might be a service station on the way up there, actually. So let's see if we can find somewhere to park. Joining on to the A303, I'm just going to follow this down all the way to the A34 and then following that northbound. Nice and easy little drive, empty trailer, jobs are good. Oh dearie me, there's no room at the inn. There's no room, guys. Can I get away with parking here on this corner? There's strictly no parking around there. So it's just gone 6 o'clock as well. No space anywhere. They do fill up really quick though. To the point of where there's loads of trucks driving around the car park. There's loads parked on the actual car park section. Are you going, bud? And sometimes you got to think outside the box, quite literally. But there's enough space for trucks to drive down that way or get around at the back end as well, a little bit like so. So I got out, double checks first before leaving it where it is. We've got more trucks coming in as well. And I think there's somebody trying to reverse down where that guy's just turning left. Oh yeah, there he is. It's absolute chaos around here, isn't it? But where I am, should be all right. Let's just double check. Yeah, plenty of space. And looks like this guy probably needs a banksman, so I might as well give him an hand. Can't believe nobody offered him an hand as well. It's pitch black round here. As I was saying before, that's the car park for the cars. There's loads of trucks parked on there as well. 7 o'clock already. Parking paid for. Hot chocolate, white hot chocolate with shot gingerbread at that. And now for the rest of the evening, going back to the truck and just put my feet on and relax. Good morning. It's now day number 3 on our little adventure. And it's 5:30 in the morning. First things first, let's get ourselves sorted for the day. Well, I feel a little bit more alive at least. Nice little shower, brush teeth. Let's get a coffee and hit the road. A lot of drivers have left already. Plenty of space around here for parking now. Let's have a walk around with the light test on to make sure all the electrics are working. There's no new damage to the trailer, to the unit. Lights are all looking good. Side lights are all working. Got a good tyre tread as well. Our client's only 7 miles from the services, which is good. I should be there in about 20 minutes. I'm going to aim to be there for about 7 o'clock because on maps when I checked last night, the business doesn't open until 8:30. Now I'm hoping 8:30 is going to be to the public and somebody's going to be on site from 7 o'clock. Overall, it was a good night's sleep last night. Went to sleep for about 9:15. Woke up 5:30. Didn't even wake up whatsoever during the night. Didn't hear any of the trucks moving around. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. I woke up once because somebody was taking stuff out of the back of a trailer. Now, not a theft or anything, so I did double check that. It was a case of two drivers moving stuff around right outside my window on the main bit. So the waiting part's up for the night. They just pulled up, moving stuff around. Were quite loud, to be fair. Other than that though, yeah, it was a good night. Good night's sleep. Beds are fairly comfy, to be fair. Let's try and get myself a drink. Pretty much drank all the bottles of water that I've had in the truck. I like to keep about 4 or 5 little mini bottles of water. They always come in handy. There's the top up on the water. Keep yourself hydrated. Currently travelling down the A4. 3 miles to go before our client. And we're heading towards Thatcham. I think we're at Newbury at the moment. I don't really know this area. It's first time driving down here. Thatcham Garden Centre. Nearly there. There we go, officially in Thatcham. There's the sign stating so. Twinned with God knows where. I've never understood that, the whole twinned concept. It's like, for an example, when you visit Thatcham, it'll say twinned with, and it'll be a completely random name somewhere else in the world. Never really understood what the point of that is. If you know, let me know down below. I might just Google it later or ask AI. I might ask AI in a bit. And if I remember, I'll keep you updated. You're wondering it yourself. About to arrive at the client. Let's see if they're rumping. With any luck, they are. I need to try and find whereabouts they actually are then. When I checked on maps earlier on, it did look like it was down here to the right, like a little warehouse. So I'm just going to double check on maps just to make sure I'm at the right place. Harrods, it's not there. should be down here on the right. Let's have a look if they're here yet. Unit 18. Where's Unit 18 though? I wonder if I could have stayed here last night. I was saying that. Wanted a shower this morning. It's one of the main reasons that I stopped at the services last night. There we go, Unit 18, I can see it. Oh, got a shutter down at the moment. Oh, that's a big speed bump. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a turning circle there. Looks to be a light at the reception, so I'm just going to go down, see if anybody's in, and then see which door we need to go to. Door 2, which is at the back, or door 1, which is at the front. That wasn't too bad timing. The guy just pulled up now. But however, the rest of the staff don't actually come in until 8:30. So we was right, 8:30. I've got a 1 hour wait until they come in. So in the meantime, I'm going to pull out in front of the doors, do the curtains, put my feet up for a little bit, relax, and then hopefully they get loaded up straight away and then get out of here. To get up to Wigan from where we are, 188 miles in total. So sooner we get loaded up, sooner we can get there. And plus we need a break as well. So add 45 minutes, then add another 15 minutes for breaks. Looking at about 1 o'clock realistically getting there. Change that. It's realistically going to be about 2:30, 3 o'clock getting there because we've got to get loaded up first. Around a 1 hour wait, and now the guys are in work, sorting the pallets out, and hopefully it won't be too long before we get loaded up. Well, that's a long train, isn't it? All loaded up now, and the time is currently 20 to 10, and we're just about to depart our client over at Thatcham. Let's get ourselves out of here. I've spoken to the office, given them the ETA, what time we're going to be back to the yard. We need to finish a little bit early today, as we got the dreaded dentist. So we need another driver to do the last quarter of a mile. Got myself all tired now. All that waiting around takes it out of you, doesn't it? I'm not going to use the toll road. I don't think there's any point really. Let's take this nice and wide all the way around. I hate driving over them train tracks. You always see them online, don't you, where a truck gets stuck and a train just plows through the back of the trailer. I don't fancy being that driver. Oh, I need to get myself a coffee. Should have made one actually before setting off. A little coffee machine. I'll grab one on the way up though. That'll be alright for now. Just drink a little bit more water. That's all I need to do. Keep yourself hydrated. We're going to be jumping back onto the A4, following the A34 northbound. No, I said southbound then. Right, wrong direction, weren't we? So following the A34 northbound, all the way up to the A40 by Oxford. And then jumping onto the M42 towards the M5, following the M5 northbound onto the M6, and about 100 miles on the M6 till we reach our destination up at Wigan. Following the A4 down to Newbury. One of the biggest problems about driving these trucks is trying to find somewhere parking if you need to nip into the shops. Can be pretty difficult at times. Now this garage here on the right, can't get in there with the truck. Road sweepers are out in force. Second one I've seen in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Getting all them leaves up. Good to see the councils and whatnot keeping on top of it all. Makes a difference though, doesn't it? Now we're going to be following for the A339. I need to double check on this sign which lane I need to be in. Looks like it's going to be a right turn with a third exit. But it's a bit of an odd shape, this roundabout going up. 339 north. So I need to be in that lane. So I'll take up both lanes. I think this is the same road that I came down this morning. We're just about to join onto A34. Yeah, it is the same one. remember driving past the Vodafone building. That's the Vodafone HQ. On the next exit on this roundabout. Next one down. Well, this isn't exactly a great start to our journey. We've only just got onto the A34. I'm going straight into traffic. Oh no! It's currently 10 past 10. A little bit further down on the A34, the first lot of traffic was a vehicle accident and it's been pulled over to the hard shoulder. So that was all sorted out. Started travelling down for a couple more miles and then boom, another lane closure. I think it's going to be a vehicle breakdown. Oh no, accident, gone into the back of them. Looks like nobody was injured, that's good. Might have been a little dink. $153 miles left to go. ETA is getting around 3 o'clock now. I've been held up for a good 30 minutes with them two incidents on the A34. Not ideal. I was hoping to be finishing for about 2:30. Right, if it's 11 o'clock now, due to get there for 2 o'clock, and I've got 3 hours and 22 minutes. I might be able to make it without a break to get up there. I might just have a 15-minute break to cover a working time directive, get something to eat, a little snack. Welcome, buddy. 6 miles to go on the A34 before we are at the M40. Not too sure what's happened there, but there's a car on the ramp going down the wrong way. Don't see that every day. A little bit later on in the day, it's now 10 to 1. Traffic overall has been really good. Apart from the A34 earlier on, as you see. But getting on the M5, no problems whatsoever. M6, perfectly fine as well. Straight through. Just fan dabby nosy. But nice blue skies up ahead. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Driving past Stafford Services, and I've got 52 miles left to go before we're at our depot. I've got 1 hour and 25 minutes on driving time. I'm going to pull over, take a 15-minute break, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to the yard without taking a 30-minute break later on for the driving time. So I should be able to get that covered. So our ETA will be around, realistically, about 2:30. And with any luck, 2:45 finish. We've still got to get past Knutsford, which is normally fairly heavy for traffic. And then of course limb services, so I'm giving myself an extra 10 or 15 minutes to get past them two sections. 1 hour 24. Yeah, we should just do it. Won't be a lot of leeway in it though. Right then, that's a 30-minute break taken care of. About a full 45 altogether on our way up. Time is now 20 to 3. I'll be at Wigan for just gone 3 o'clock. Now, I've told the depot I could try and attempt to get it off. However, I need to be leaving for about 3:45 on site. So hopefully they can get something sorted out when we get to Poundland for a quick tip. I have been in the past for 20 minutes, in and out, maybe 30 minutes. And then other times I've been in there for a couple of hours. So however long it's going to take to unload, hopefully it's not the latter. So I can't finish any later than 4 o'clock. Originally I was hoping just to drive straight up, not need to take a full break, and get back to the yard within the driving time. But supposedly we've had a vehicle breakdown earlier on, so I can't finish at 2:30 for an example. It would have been around there, getting straight back off. About 20 to 3 now. So we're going to attempt to make the delivery. Hopefully we can get it sorted. Driving over at Ashton. With any luck, there's no roadworks actual through Ashton. And it's just gone 3 o'clock. And we're just about to enter Poundland. There you go, guys. If there's anybody in the area that's looking for a Class 1 job, Poundland are taking on. I don't have a clue what the rates or the working hours will be though, unfortunately. I believe they make me quite a good company to work for though. Luckily, managed to get in, spoke to the lady. She was like, yeah, it's pretty quiet to get offloaded pretty quick for you. So straight onto the bay, and hopefully within a half hour, we're back out of here. We're going on to bay 4, and believe it or not, it wasn't actually booked in until tomorrow at 11:15. That's what it said on the paperwork. However, when we've accepted the contracts from the business, they've told us it's a 4 o'clock delivery for today. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. Either way, they've accepted it, which is good. I think I messed this right up. See if we can pull it back. Can't see in the mirror. There it is. we go. And that's exactly how you want it. Within a minute of the keys being handed in, they're already on the back, first pallet taken off. We've got the paperwork and the keys back, and it is now 10 to 4, so we're cutting it fine. It's always typical, isn't it, when you're in a rush? I think there might be some roadworks somewhere down the line because this traffic is not moving. Oh no. Dentist appointment is at 5 o'clock. It's currently 3 minutes past 4. I needed to be back at Haydock and finishing before 4 o'clock ideally, because it's about a half-hour drive from the yard to get to the dentist. And the traffic's not moving. What on earth is going on? I don't know. But I'm having a guess at roadworks, because there's no traffic coming down this way. Oh, go on, stay green. Perfect. Oh, I'm glad I didn't come through Ashton to get to Poundland. Came through Wigan instead, dropped down. Must have known. My word, the traffic is just going right back. Every time there's roadworks in Ashton, the whole place just comes to a standstill, as you can see. It could always be worse. I could be sat in that traffic, getting back to Haydock.
Side pedestrian.
This is going all the way back towards Haydock. Well, that looks pretty. Nice little archway. And to top it off, the traffic on the other side is not moving, and you got these lot parked right in the way, and I might struggle getting around. Come on people, use your heads. At least they left a bit of space. Traffic is backed up right down here as well. 4:15. Oh, it's gonna be tight if I'm going to make it there or not. It would normally take about 30 minutes from here to get to Birchwood where the dentist is. Hopefully I'll just make it. Can always hope, can't we? Let's get that temporary filling put in. I've got two teeth what I keep having issues with. I've got one of the back molars, and I've got the one behind my canine, both on the same side because I eat normally on my left hand side for whatever reason. And I'm not kidding you, over say like a 2-year period I've had at least 4 fillings come out on both of them teeth. That's not normal, that is it? Is that just me, or is that just a little bit excessive? So I'm hoping this time they'll get it sorted to stay in permanently. And it's not like you eat pork scratchings every day. Something hard that's going to break my teeth, but the fillings are constantly coming out. It's a right pain in the backside. Made it back to the yard just before 4:20. 40 minutes we've got, so we've got to drop the trailer, get out of here, and then drive 30 minutes to get to the dentist. So I don't know what, I am going to call it a day on the video, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you are new. I'll see you again next time. As always, thank you very much. Take care, keep trucking, stay safe, bye for now.